Because of that absence of true leadership in the multi-ethnic society, this problem happens. In a democratic country, state, that kind of compulsory consultation with the community leaders of all sections before making any big resolution for the nation, it's very important. Looking down on Northeast people as well as Jammu Kashmir people is very clear by the central government.
Do you have any plans to go back to Manipur?
No.
Never?
No. My motherland or my religion, that kind of attachment I want to get rid of, though impossible. I want to be free from everything without any name, that kind of Sharmila is there, without any name. I want to reach out to the unknown world. After 16 years, that life in isolation in abnormal way, I don't know how to bring up children or how to run a family. It's just put in front of me.
ഇന്ത്യയുടെ വടക്ക് കിഴക്കേ അറ്റത്തുള്ള മനോഹരമായ ഒരു പ്രദേശമാണ് മണിപ്പൂർ. പക്ഷെ കാലങ്ങളായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ആ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിനെ ചേർത്ത് വെക്കുന്നത് നിരന്തരമായ കലാപങ്ങളുടെ ആഭ്യന്തര യുദ്ധങ്ങളുടെ പേരിലാണ്. പക്ഷെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് ഈ ബഹളങ്ങളുടെ ഒക്കെ നടുവിലും നമ്മൾ പ്രതീക്ഷയുടെ പ്രത്യാശയുടെ ഒരു പേരും ആ സ്ഥലത്തിനോടൊപ്പം ചേർത്ത് വായിക്കാറുണ്ട്. ഇറോം ശർമിള തൻ്റെ ജീവിതം തന്നെയാണ് അവർ ഒഴിഞ്ഞു വെച്ചത് ആ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി, ആ നാടിന് വേണ്ടി, അവിടുത്തെ സമാധാനത്തിന് വേണ്ടി. അവിടെ നിന്ന് വളരെ ദൂരെയാണ് അവരിപ്പോൾ, പക്ഷേ അവിടെ നിന്ന് വളരെ അടുത്തുമാണ്. ഈ സംഘർഷങ്ങളുടെ നടുവിൽ, ഈ കലാപങ്ങളുടെ നടുവിൽ ആ നാടെങ്ങനെ ഈ ബഹളങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിക്കുന്നു എന്നതോർത്ത് വേദനയിൽ തന്നെയാണ് അവർ ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലെ വീട്ടിൽ കഴിയുന്നത്. ശർമിളയുണ്ട് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം സംസാരിക്കാൻ. ശർമിള, since a long time we have been talking about Manipur.
Yes.
Even we have talked a lot about Manipur, the issues there.
Yes.
But always those conversations were very private or informal. And right now, I think we'll be having a formal conversation. You're well aware and updated about the issues going on there.
Yes.
What do you think and how do you feel about the things going on there right now?
More than before, today is disturbed more than I heard of before. That news of gang rape thing, I just feel really disturbed. I think the main factor is that hatredness. We all human beings can reach to that point. So regarding with that, that means those accused, instead of capital punishment, I want them be sent to prison, that life imprisonment with labor, just for redemption. Otherwise, we all human beings have these bad and good sides. So circumstances can make happen these things. It's really inhuman. It look like somewhat prehistoric position.
It has been decades. these issues have been going on there. So what do you think is to be done, or how should these things should be tackled?
I think it's a complicated issue. It's since the Manipur annexation of Manipur, because of that Land Reformation Act in the Constitution that divide and rule type treatment had already been going on since then. That's how this demand of scheduled tribe status coming up. And as for the cookies demand for separate state, I think it wouldn't solve the problem, because Manipur is a very small state surrounded by all hills on all sides. Only 9% is the valley area, and most of the valley area, small sections of this tribal groups are settling there, and in the hilly area, mainly at the foothill, Meiteis settling in Churachandpur also, in More also, and those now that man riot going on area in Churachandpur also. I heard of Meitei Christians claim for 256 churches already burned from government side and the cookie side. This issue is completely sidelined in news outside, he claimed. And the pastor, he means when I saw the news, the talker, he talked about one
The national media?
National media. The Meitei pastor who had been for 2 decades doing his work there in Churachandpur, his house was already burned, and those all that huge number of churches burning, no one mentioned, he said.
Okay.
I think solution would be say real true leadership. It's because of that absence of true leadership in the multi-ethnic society, and this problem happens. In a democratic country or state, that kind of compulsory consultation with the community leaders of all sections before making any big resolution for the nation, it's very important. This one-sidedness in ruling is the main problem. I also disagree with the settlement just encroaching in the reserve forest, just making churches, settling there without knowledge or without consulting the government. That's also.
So when you say the issues there are being projected as the media are sidelining the issues happening there, what exactly should be the way of approaching the conflicts there? Like when a particular community is sidelined, definitely the other section is getting a weightage.
It's just from both sides their claim.
Yeah.
Seeing as a whole, I don't want to be one side that just saying it's not neutral, the media part. So what I just want to see the solution and bringing normalcy. That's what I expect. What I just feel about the demand of separate state is not that good idea, though Kuki is one and Nagas also one, and that disintegration no one would like to see, and we all have this kind of attachment to our identity. Our land is, the shape of our land is this, and this square feet, and all that singing the glory of history. People want, though nothing is permanent in this world. That kind of with that mood, when we just mesmerized with the its evolution, all this, how we our forefathers came up, all that thing, that kind of all. Every human being feel like that. In that case, just mindfulness or that kind of self-reflection. We are all mortal beings. What's the necessity of all this possessiveness, obsessive? The main thing is we can't live alone, as we are all social animals, and we have all these dirty sides and the clean sides also. Our body all mix up, all human natures are all inside our body, in our subconscious mind. Why shouldn't we learn to forgive and forget things?
When people come to power, when, as you said before, when the leadership lacks certain things, when they are in the decision-making positions, right now in Manipur, how are the ruling people, those in power, deciding, or their decisions turned things upside down in Manipur?
The first thing, when burning of dead churches and vacating those residents from the forest land, and suddenly when the Chief Justice of Manipur High Court, who was non-Manipuri, when he recommended to include scheduled tribe status of Meiteis, all ignited this. And I don't know who did start when they said from the burning started from Churachandpur area, and those Meitei to the Meitei settle area, that Churachandpur, on the rally arming, the rally said, I don't want to focus on that. What I want is And now it's very serious. That kind of hatredness from each side to the other is very strong. And in any way, after keeping silence for so long, Prime Minister's opening mouth is good, but I don't want encourage in capital punishment. Just this killing instinct doesn't bring any good, any peace in the world. So giving chance to become human in isolation and depriving of life's happiness.
It's almost 23 years, right, since you started your hunger strike in 2000. And even before and after that, we have been hearing a lot, many news is coming from that side regarding the atrocities against women. And even yesterday, as you have mentioned, the news about the gang rape on 2 women, it's horrible to see.
Yes.
I haven't seen, but even it's horrible to hear about it. So finally, 2 women, such a horrible, horrendous incident. We needed such an incident for our Prime Minister to talk about it after 3 months, like after this episode of 3 months of violences. Mm-hmm. So how do you look at that silence, his long silence? And
that when I talk to a Kuki person and Meitei person separately on phone call, from the Meitei person side, what she said was a news sent out by United Kuki Liberation Front on the media warning to the BJP government. The news 1 year old to that. Before you're coming into power, you ask us to assist you in the election fight. In return, we Cookies demand to help in that demand. Now it's 1 year, 1 year already completed. Nothing have done from your side. We wouldn't be silent. That news became viral, she said. Okay. The BJP's involvement, daily people's suspicion of. And that's not that enough. I think looking down on Northeast people as well as Jammu Kashmir people is very clear by the central government. Say something natural calamity or any election campaign related or something, they would just, as for election campaign thing, they just rush to Manipur also. But as for other development works or rescuing things, they just rush at the same moment in other states. But as for Jammu, Kashmir and the Northeast states, just handed to fate. Even after long appeal, it's a rare intervention. It's rare.
It's always difficult to when a government, when the authorities, when they want to address the insurgencies first, and then at the end of their list, they'll be having the development concerns. So how do you look at I know this is not a context even to ask that, but how do you look at the future of the state?
As you know, it's a very vulnerable land, that international border area. Because of that, say the one they talk about was mainly 2020s, Myanmar's crackdown of ruling, around 50,000 people, Myanmaris, just sneak into India, and mostly cookies, what they call, and arresting of Cookie National militant from Manipur, and the injured person in the riot, among them Myanmaris, including they talk about because of this. Then and the arming of people at the border area, and the smuggling of these drugs is Golden Triangle in Myanmar. It's very close to Manipur. Talking about mostly people's manufacture, they think about that. But as for me, as long as we human beings are living in this world, this kind of immigration, this kind of migration will keep going on. And only the land would just remain as usual. We human beings as mortal, we would just go from this world, would disappear. What's the point of this? This is mine, that's yours. This kind of pushing, pulling, this possession, defensive, arming, all these things is foolhardiness. While we are living, the main thing, as a leadership, that kind of bird's eye view is very important, like parental view towards their children. Otherwise, this kind of one-sidedness based on their belief and attachment with the thinking we are this, that, and those who are not this or that, seeing as outsiders, foreigners, or good or bad. So this absence of true leadership role, all these are happening in the world.
I know, even personally, that you were facing a lot of challenges when you came out of Manipur in 2017, in your personal front, emotionally, politically, and everything. So when we met last time in Kerala, and when we talked about the issues there, you were really desperate at the reaction of the people towards you. And at the same time, you wanted everyone around to respond and react to whatever things are happening in Manipur. Right now, what do you want to tell the people around? What should we do in that regard?
It's a long year, 7 years since that 2017 March, coming out of Manipur. Deliberately, I have not been contact personally to anyone else in Manipur except my eldest sister, as she kept asking about my health, about my everything, and during my little girls coming to this world also, our traditional dress and those somewhat towel like for wrapping the babies, all his hand. That doesn't mean she is well doing. Now she is starving. I came to know from her situation when she talked about she is at the main city of the Impal city. She poor people in the main city, they are more affected. Suffering is much to them. It's double during any crime or the bun blockade or anything happens. Is there is no cultivation or this type of is for rich people, they can provide to their building for gardening or all type. But for poor people, everything have to buy with money. And that scarcity, it's really a burden to them, to the poor people in urban men.
How do they manage their day-to-day things?
Right now, when she talk about, she has this back pain problem already beyond her age. Now she said she couldn't lift up her grandchildren up to the gate. She can't carry anymore. And the price now, inflation so high because of this, whatever medicine or food from every kind. Mm-hmm. And this, she is not employed, husband also. Mm-hmm. Usually they're tailoring. Her husband did, and those hand knitting of our this kind of shawls, it's just a half. For double need to tie together with hand stitch in traditional way. That also need skill. Doing that thing also is a small source of income. Then eye problem and all this riot thing problem.
The sales won't be happening these days?
Yes, and now really suffered.
So literally she's starving?
I just feel that way. Just the situation she is encountering right now and her health problem.
Are you in touch with other people in your family?
No.
Do you have any plans to go back to Manipur?
No.
Never?
No.
Your friends there? People there?
Dear Nazma, you know,
Yeah,
Nazma also call on me sometimes, and since I never call her back,
right.
She just stopped. Regardless of whoever, I just stopped contacting anybody else.
Is there any reason?
And just I just want to be that this statesman, my motherland or my religion, that kind of attachment I want to get rid of, though impossible. I want to be free from everything without any name, that kind of Sharmila, this, that, no, without any name. I want to reach out to the unknown world.
How do you want your children to know about Manipur?
It's up to them. I think I want them freedom based on their conscience. And let it be.
Do you want to break?
No problem. Let it be what they want. I just think like that. They don't have to follow my footsteps. They are just human beings. They are God's gift. That's all. Depending on their understanding about the world, about because of the environment, whatever. I want them to be human beings.
What are your girls' names?
The difference is only 42 seconds from each other. The one we just think next is elder. Next Sakhi Kotino San, like that. The other one Autumn Tara Kotino San.
Okay, and what does that mean? Their names?
It was mainly that Nix. Nix, my husband said it's Latin word for snow.
Okay.
Sakhi is my mother's name.
Okay.
And Kotino is my husband's surname. Sanu is we title to unmarried the unmarried woman. Sanu. And as for Autumn Tara, my husband said that it's a Buddha's female incarnation that Autumn Tara is. So we call her that.
And when these two girls came to your life, how did they change you?
In some way, they are uncontrollable. They don't obey anything, completely spoiled. Otherwise, they are clever and their speaking skill, talking skill, they are very late in speaking. Though they are not that foolishness, I thought they are very clever. The way they, I don't know, I think they are just God's gift and experimenting me also.
Yeah.
My life is experimenting by them. I think after 16 years, they live in isolation in abnormal way. I don't know how to bring up children or how to run a family. Just put in front of me. I just face it, and they are not disciplined. And what's worried about their future is we are very old, and that kind of that local neighborhood thing influence that's far away.
The girls, looking at the girls, they are very happy. We
Yes.
have very beautiful, happy children, and that simply shows how good a mother you are. And the world shows how good a mother you are.
Say, last time I think one journalist is of Tamil Nadu's Sun TV, based on in this Bangalore. When he just at first glance of what he thought was. And his question was, oh, didn't the owner paint new on this wall when you came? He felt little on that dirtiness. He felt, oh, it's our own house. Our girls did that.
Since when you started living here?
It's I think 2018. Since then, I think.
Since the girls were born?
Before they are born.
Before they were born, okay. Do you have any plans to come back to Kerala?
I don't know about that. That also God's will.
Yeah. You were happy there?
Kerala is beautiful, the road, and...
I remember the time when you came there, you started exploring new things, especially after the election, after coming out of Manipur. You started eating food, different types of food.
Yes.
You were exploring new things. You were excited at that.
Yes, that coconut water drinking was that real taste. After 16 years, I thought. So peaceful. Those papaya field, the farm, those full of ripe fruits and
All the vegetables.
We just plug with Nasma. We just plug without asking permission and just ate there and seeing peacocks, so beautiful. And those barbed wire for elephants thing going up to there, and cracking their almond for the first time in my life. I didn't know when it was just full seed inside that almond comes out of that. I didn't realize that. Just told us, this almond inside. Eat. And
I remember you trying all the fruits and seeds.
That pig,
Yeah.
that so big, that tree, just in the courtyard.
Yeah. I remember certain gifts here, like from where you got those things. The elephants. We were so crazy about the elephant.
Gave me one elephant.
Yes, my mother and father came and gave you an elephant.
And they broke the tusk.
Yes.
All girls
Oh,
broke the tusk. They played there. And that elephant is a gift from, I think, from Arunachal Pradesh, I think, that one.
From Arunachal Pradesh, you got that Kerala elephant.
No,
Right.
I think they...
The decoration and everything is of Kerala.
Okay.
I remember you collecting so many elephants that time.
Yes.
Everywhere you were getting elephants and the spices.
Elephant, and their boats,
The boats, yes, the houseboats.
From Kashmir. We went to Kashmir 3 times.
Okay.
That one,
Yes.
it look very old because they play with that. They love the tusk, all gone. They drew. Breaking everything, all the mementos.
They're leaving their signatures on your on your gifts.
And that seashell.
Okay.
With my image printed on.
Okay.
That one they want to play with.
You didn't give.
I just thought it's treasure.
How do you spend your days here? Apart from engaging with the girls?
Say from time to time, going to invitations so far 2 international school, one Canada international school or like that, and last time there also Aditi International School.
Okay. You went to those schools?
Yes, but for speech to the students.
Okay.
Just push. Is it close? They are calling.
Come, sit here. Sit here.
I got a flower.
For who? For Mama. For Mama. You to Mama.
Oh,
You to Mama.
oh.
I ran all the time.
Come, sit here. Sit
What
here.
about
Let's sit.
Rimas and Savitri?
What are you doing all this time? What were you doing?
I'm going upstairs
I'm playing.
playing
And where did you get this flower?
from downstairs.
Yeah.
From getting.
You finished your chocolate?
No.
No, it's still here. So since you were so beautiful and so very kind to me during the interview, I'm going to give you that present to you. Okay? It's for both of you.
Me. And me and the second mix is this time.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Mix?
What is that flower?
Yeah, you remember this flower on your dress?
It's me. No, it's you. I really like it.
Do you remember this dress with all those hearts? Last time, when someone came here, when my friend came here, she took this photo of you. And another friend of me, one lady named Nitya, she drew this for you. Nitya, she has signed it here. ദുരിതങ്ങളുടെ നടുവിൽ നിന്നാണ്, വേദനകളുടെ നടുവിൽ നിന്നാണ് ഇറോം ശർമിള ഈ യാത്ര മുഴുവൻ നടത്തിയത്. ഇന്ന് ഈ 2 നക്ഷത്ര കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് അവരുടെ നടുവിലിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ പ്രതീക്ഷയാണ്, സ്നേഹമാണ് അവർക്ക് ലോകത്തോട് മുഴുവൻ. പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും വേദന നിറഞ്ഞൊരു സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് മടങ്ങിപ്പോകാൻ അവർ പ്രിഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, അവരാഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നില്ല. ലോകത്തോട് മുഴുവൻ വെറുപ്പിൻ്റെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം മാറ്റി നിർത്തി സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഷയിൽ സംസാരിക്കാനാണ് ഇറോം ശർമിള വർഷങ്ങളായി, പതിറ്റാണ്ടുകളായി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്.